So I'm just going to do a quick form analysis 101 video recapping the winner Liberalist that we had in the 2:15 at Thirsk on Tuesday, which was the first race on the card in the UK. It was an interesting race, this, because the form around Liberalist was a little bit of a query for most. And the reason I say that is it came into this. This is how I had the race rated initially. On a class factor, I had Liberalist 3 lengths above par, rated at $3, 8 being par, $4 being 2 lengths above par, $2 being 4 lengths above par. So $3 is 3 lengths above par. Then I had the 2 second top rated at 1.5 lengths, or 1.3/4 lengths above par, and the 4 was the only other one above the par at half a length above par at $7. So Liberalist was pretty clear on top, rated at $3 from a class factor. That's not a market rated to 100%. That's my class ratings. So early in betting, Liberalist was opened up about 2.3, 2.4, and was too short in betting. And he then started to drift out, or she started to drift out in price and got out to touch 4.0 on the exchanges closer to post time, mainly trading around 3.6 to 3.7. I put up a post saying that I wanted better than $3 about it realistically. And as the night drifted on, or as the day drifted on, and it got closer to post time, it got out, and it actually started 5-2 with bookmakers, but you could get 3.8, 3.9, 3.95 on the exchanges. Now, the reason I want to highlight Liberalist was off its debut run when it ran second of 6 at Newmarket on the July course back on the 6th of August behind Bright Diamond. Bright Diamond was a wide margin winner that day. And then it went to Newmarket on the Rowley Mile course and was beaten 3.5, third of 13. But it was this debut win that really sparked interest for me. And that's purely because when I initially looked at the race, Bright Diamond was the winner of that race, well bred by El Kabir out of a well-related Elusive Pimpernel mare. But Bright Diamond then trained on to go and run third at Group 3 level at Goodwood, and then trained on to run third in the Fillies Mile behind the top class commissioning. Now, from a form perspective, if you go back and take Bright Diamond out of this race that it won on debut with Liberalist second, which from a form perspective, it's interesting to take Bright Diamond out of the race because that makes Liberalist the winner, and we know Bright Diamond is top class, training on to run third in a 2-year-old Group 1 2 starts later. So if you mentally take Bright Diamond out of the race, Liberalist wins that maiden and beats 4 well-bred types in Jalapa by Expert Eye, River Neighbour by Showcasing, Elegant Charm by Exceed and Excel, and Primary Process by Caravaggio. Now, outside of that, Elegant Charm, which is by Exceed and Excel out of the good Dubois mare Silk Words, it came out a couple of starts later and franked the form to a good degree. Even though it looks like it's been beaten a wide margin by Bright Diamond, take Bright Diamond out of the race and it's been beaten 2.5 by Liberalist. It's then been beaten 4 lengths in a good class 4 2-year-old novice behind Youngest, and then 2 lengths behind Pinafore, and then trains on to run second to Tenjin, beats Tenjin in a good 2-year-old class 4 6K handicap, and trains on again to win at Kempton after that. So if you take Bright Diamond out of the race, Liberalist already looks like it's broken its maiden, even though it hasn't broken its maiden. It's ran second to a high-class filly that trained on to run third to commissioning in the Fillies Mile. So if we take Bright Diamond out of the race, Liberalist already looks like a winner, and that 9-length margin between Liberalist and Bright Diamond doesn't look that bad then, especially with the ones finishing behind Liberalist in that debut run being so well bred, and the 5th horse home 2.5 lengths behind Liberalist, training on to win better quality races than what Liberalist was taking on yesterday in the class 5 for a 4K tag over 7 furlong. Once I put that inside my head, it made it pretty clear that Liberalist was going to be the top elect here, and I didn't need to worry too much about the danger being the number 2, which I had rated 1.75 lengths above par. So that's just a little insight into how you should think when you see a wide margin result. it's important to look at what that winner then did, and you can take it out of the race and pretend like the horse that's ran second to it has already won, especially if the form further back's been franked by the horses finishing behind it, and especially furthermore, if those finishing behind it are well bred. And from leading yards, from the Ralph Beckett yard, William Haggis yard, Charlie Appleby and George Scott. So it was a pretty good maiden that Liberalist come through on debut, even though being beaten 9 lengths. He looks like the winner if you take the winner out of the race that trained on to run third in a Group 1. And that's just a little form analysis 101 video on how you should be thinking when you're looking at form associated to wide margin winners and taking them out of the race. Thanks.